Hey everybody, this is Roberto Blake of robertoblake.com helping you create something awesome today. So today I'm going to answer an interesting question. Should you become a freelancer? A lot of this is a personal decision and I can't really tell you that yes or no you should become a freelancer, but there are some things you should look at before you commit to this to see if it's right for you. Now again, a lot of this is going to be based on my experience. It's going to be based on what I've talked to other freelancers about. There are a lot of freelancers here in the Create Awesome community. Many of you are members of the Facebook group, many of you are part of the email list, and we've had conversations in social media. So it's not just my opinions here. A lot of this is what I've talked to other creative and art directors who have hired freelancers and worked with them about. There are other freelancers who have given me their perspective on this. So this is kind of an aggregate, if you will, of all of that information and data, and I'm just the guy that's delivering it, so don't shoot the messenger here. So becoming a freelancer is going to mean you need a tremendous amount of self-discipline because you're going to be logging your own hours. And so if you're someone who doesn't have a lot of self-discipline, does not pay attention to details, and can't keep a consistent schedule, it's going to be really hard on you, and it's going to be even harder on your clients. So I would reconsider if you don't meet those qualifications. If you're someone who's very easily distracted, this could be a very challenging career prospect for you, especially if you want to do it full time, because there's always going to be something to distract you. The other factor you should look at is whether or not you're going to be a full-time freelancer or whether this is a part-time thing or a side hustle for you. Being a full-time freelancer is very risky, and so if you're in a situation where you have a family or where you're not financially stable, then going all in on this can be very dangerous for you. And I would say you really need to do a personal evaluation. You need to talk it over with your family, and you need to figure out what the best decision is going to be moving forward. And I would try taking it slow before you go full time on that commitment. It might be something you're very passionate about, but I would encourage you to make it as practical as possible. Freelancing also requires a significant investment on your part in terms of resources. So being able to buy the tools of the trade, being able to replace them at the drop of a dime, all of those things are super important. So you have to be in a position to where financially this makes sense. If you're someone that's very introverted, it's not that you can't be a freelancer, it's that the challenge for you will be new client acquisition. If you're introverted but you are a master of SEO and social media, then this could be less difficult for you in terms of client acquisition. Or if you're willing to outsource and partner with someone who is very sales and marketing oriented, that could be a great proposition for you. You will have to leave money on the table, but having 70% of something is better than 100% of nothing. And if this person can get you deals and close at a higher rate than you could, then it's probably for the best. If not, then again, you might have to reconsider doing this full time, because the reality is the marketplace is very saturated and it's very noisy, and it's going to be very difficult for somebody who can't come outside of themselves to be competitive there. Quality work matters. It's not going to speak for itself. It's not going to sell itself. And if you can't get in front of it, you need someone who can, because otherwise you're going to lose to your loudest competitor. Showing up matters. People are not hunting you down for this work. And so you cannot be naive about it. You cannot be romantic about it. Salespersonship matters. Oh my God, does it matter? And so your talent is not the variable of your success there. It's that actually salespersonship matters because the marketplace decides, and showing up is how you get things done. It doesn't matter if you're the nicest person in the room. If you don't go out onto the dance floor and ask a gal to dance, being the nicest person in the room isn't doing a lot for you. So that's what I have to say about that one. And yeah, that's a little bit of a jab at some of my trolls, and I'm really excited and happy about doing that here on the channel. But it's also very practical because I'm trying to teach you and illustrate a point that sales matter. Getting money really matters as a freelancer. And so instead of waxing poetically about how good you are, it's about how good you are at selling. If it doesn't make dollars, it doesn't make sense, right? So I would encourage you to figure that out. I'd encourage you to figure out whether or not you're the best person to sell your brand and to get new clients, or whether you need to partner with somebody, or whether you need to use an agency of some kind. There are ones like Aquent and Vitamin Talent, and these companies help freelancers and creative professionals find clients or even find full paid positions if they want that, or even remote telecommuting project-based jobs. So all of these things are avenues for you to overcome that particular obstacle or weakness. You can get better at selling if it's in your personality, but if it's not, I would say just outsource that weakness. Also keep in mind that freelancing is very stressful, especially when you're first starting out. So if you're someone who suffers from depression and severe anxiety, I would encourage you to consult a mental health professional, consult your family, and really just do a personal self-evaluation so that you don't put yourself in a situation that is very risky for you, not just financially, but for your health, mentally and emotionally, or even physically. There's nothing that you're going to do as a job that is worth putting yourself and your well-being at risk. So I would encourage you to really think about that, because it's something that's so important and is not talked enough about in our industry. If freelancing is right for you, it can be very lucrative, and it can be very practical, and it could be the beginning of financial freedom for you. If you have questions about freelancing or working with difficult clients, leave those in the comment section. I'd love to try and help you out. Anyway, like this video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. Check out the other awesome content on the channel. As always, you guys, thanks so very much for watching, and don't forget, create something awesome today.